Thanks for watching the Utah Fishing Channel. If you haven't had the chance to subscribe yet, I would be honored to have you join the club. So now would be a good time to click that red button and hit the bell so you know when we put up new videos. Lately I've been spending a lot of time fishing the tributaries of Utah Lake. I've been waiting, watching for the weather to warm up and for the fish to start biting, and after last weekend I think I can finally say that the hot spring fishing has officially begun. In fact, on one of our latest trips to a Utah Lake tributary, we caught about 30 fish in just a few hours. As of last week, the fish were still a little reluctant to chase like fast-moving lures and spinners, but we had really consistent action using bait. And if you stick around for this video, I'll tell you exactly what we used and how we caught 5 different species of fish in one Utah Lake tributary. The first species of fish we caught was no surprise, bluegill. Now, normally I'm not too excited about catching bluegill, but there are actually some really decent-sized bluegill in Utah Lake, and they put up a really good fight. All we needed to do to get them to start biting was to fish a night crawler about 18 inches under a brightly colored bobber. We also had some success catching white bass on a night crawler, but for some weird reason the white bass really preferred cheese over the night crawler. Now, I've never thought of using cheese to catch white bass before, but one of the guys I fished with just decided to give it a shot, and he ended up catching most of the white bass for the day.
You're the white bass king.
Next, of course, there's the carp. Now, a lot of people aren't interested in catching carp, but I can't see any reason why you wouldn't want to catch a nice, hefty carp, ugly or not, out of a small Utah Lake tributary. Carp are smart, powerful, hard-fighting fish, and in my opinion, they are one of the most underrated fish you can catch in Utah Lake.
Got it.
Now, with the white bass and bluegill, we were catching them near the surface, but for the carp, we just took a big chunk of hot dog, put it on a hook, and pulled it very slowly along the bottom of the deep pools.
I don't know what it is, but I got a bass. It's not a pike, but I'll take it.
Another fish we've been catching lately in the Utah Lake tributaries is the largemouth bass. Now, these guys are one of my favorite fish to catch, and I don't think I need to explain why. We had the most success catching largemouth bass using white curly-tailed jigs tipped with a worm, also Senkos tipped with a worm, and we even caught one on a bass popper. World record largemouth bass right there.
Check out that. This is something big.
Last but certainly not least is the catfish. The catfish seem to be tucked right under the bank, and dead fish seems to be the best bet for catfish at the moment. So just find an undercut bank and slowly drag your bait along the bottom of the stream bed until you start to feel the bites. And one helpful tip for targeting catfish is to use really big chunks of meat and really big hooks. You don't want the small fish stealing your bait.
It's wrapped around something. Come on.
The nice thing about using these large chunks of bait is that the smaller fish can't fit their mouths over the hook, but they'll still swarm the bait, which will attract the attention of bigger fish.
Check him out. Just gotta wear him out. I gotta be patient.